So here are 3 reasons on why I'm never selling the first house I ever bought in Arizona. Hey, what's going on, team? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions. A lot of you guys, if you've been following me for a while, this is the first video I ever made on YouTube. You guys can look back. I was 20 years old. I just moved from California to Arizona. I was going to the ASU Polytechnic campus, and I bought this house behind me. If I'm not mistaken, I just looked at it for $176,000. I thought it's pretty interesting to kind of talk about this because I'm right now in the process of selling one of my properties, but why would I not sell this one? So let me go ahead and update you on the other property that I am selling. The other property is 6,000 square feet. It's a total of 8 rooms, and it's valued right now at probably $1.5 to $1.7 million. This property behind me is a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, and right now it's valued at about $450,000 to $480,000 in Gilbert, Arizona. And the main reason I would never sell this house behind me is because of what my mortgage is. My mortgage is just over $1,000. And to think about it, even if the market were to crash 100%, right, from $450,000, what is it going to pull back to? Even if it were to do a 50% pullback, which would be insane. I personally don't think the market could pull back that much because now institutions are just in place where they can begin to load up on all of these discounted properties. With that being said, even at worst case scenario, I could always rent out this property as someone's always going to need a place to rent. That's one of the main reasons that I would not consider selling this property. One of the second things that I wanted to talk about is expanding areas. There's areas in Gilbert that are still growing so quickly and developing quicker than ever before, especially in this area that this property is located at. I see a lot more potential for upside than actual downside in comparison to my $1.5 million house. The development around that area is fully developed. There's really no area for expansion, not when it comes down to this one. And the whole reason I'm actually sharing this with you guys is because I wish someone would have told me this when making the decision of selling a property. People think that right away when selling a property, you want to cash out, you want to lock in profits, and rightfully so. Everyone has their own right to do whatever it is that they want. I wish someone, when I was 24 years old, I actually owned this property as well. I don't know if you guys remember, but when I first started YouTube, I bought my house and then I bought my neighbor's house. 2.5 years later, I ended up selling that house. Sold it for $323,000 if I'm not mistaken. Now it's worth well over $500,000. I did not understand rental rates, how essential they are, even if the market were to pull back. That's a big concern that a lot of people not only had back then, but especially have now. And I just want to make sure that you don't make the same mistake that I made, right? If your mortgage is so much cheaper than what something could rent out for, in my opinion, I don't see the reason to actually sell. But yeah, that's really just it. I wanted to share my, not only successes, but of course, some areas of opportunity. I'm still very grateful. There's no such thing as a perfect way to learn how to invest in any market. But I think the more that you connect with like-minded people, especially that have experienced something that maybe you haven't experienced before, it could be something of value. I hope that this video was of value to you, especially if you were considering and potentially selling your property. If it's something that you think that's in your best interest, 100% do it. I'd actually potentially be interested in buying your property. You guys can actually send me a message on Instagram. I buy properties cash. I would love to work out a deal. But if you don't want to make that impulsive decision and you see potential for continuous growth, then I want to make sure that at least based off of my experience, I guide you in the right direction. Hope that earned your thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. Again, all the links are in the description to stay connected. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.